Hello my friends, this is Loli. Welcome back to the channel. Today I bring you some beautiful Dollar Tree DIYs. And here is the first piece that gave me inspiration. This is from the Crafty Beach. I have this piece on my stash, so I said, you know what? I can make something cool with my own twist just like this. So I got dug it up from my stash, and I'm going to first start with this Hexagon piece from the Dollar Tree, and oops, I'm going to go ahead and paint it with my Polka chalk paint and let it dry, and then I'm going to go ahead and come in with my yellow apple darrow paint and paint the honeycomb on this side. The color on this paint is so vibrant that I only had to do just one coat. Then I painted the bee with my Black & Decor paint and primer in the color white. And then once that dried, I'm going to come in with my Polka rich black chalk paint and a very tiny detail brush, and I'm going to outline the outside of each one of the wings. And using the same paint, I'm going to go ahead and cover both my antennas and its feet. When I get to the portion that is closest to the body, I make sure to bring the leg in a bit to make sure to maintain that cinch figure that bees usually have. You know, they have a little waist there. Now I came in with my maize color from Waverly, and I'm going to go ahead and cover the body of the bee. I used a different yellow here because I wanted this to be quite separate from the honeycomb. And I made sure to give it 2 coats. Now I'm coming in with my Artisa paint pen, and I am drawing in, you know, the little veins that you see in insects' wings. I'm just winging it, trying to use from memory. And I think it turned out pretty good. This is sped up. I just took my time, and I got it on the first try. Lucky me. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my lines onto the yellow. So I first gave it a little butt, a very tiny little butt there, and then now I'm creating smaller lines, and I'm trying to space them up in different sizes. I didn't want it to be all the lines the same, yellow black, yellow black, yellow black. So I'm trying different ways of doing this. And I'm trying to add that black on the portions where the wings are, to give that 3D effect of the bee. And here I'm just adding a little head. I just thought I needed to have, a little crown there as the head. I just traced it on there and then just filled in the middle there. And I just added small other little places in other spots there. You see there, some lines are smaller than others. And now I give it 2 eyes. Look how cute that turned out, and I love how this pops. So I'm bringing it back onto the hexagon that I painted at first, and I'm going to go ahead and attach this using some hot wood glue. I added the hot glue on all of the corners of the hexagon there. I just put little portions on there, and just being very careful not to burn myself on that last one because it's very close to my fingers. And then making sure that I had the perfect placement. Then I just dropped it when I was happy with it. And it was a little bit warped, my bottom piece. So I just held it in place until everything's set. Now we're going to come in with some of this ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I found it, guys, by miracle. I was so happy I found this. And I'm going to go ahead and just create one of my regular awareness bows with the 2 little thingies, and you cinch it in the middle and you tie it in the middle kind of bow. So I did that. I dovetailed the ends of my bow, and we are gonna go ahead and position this onto that wreath form. Or I don't know, is this a sign? Is it a wreath? I don't know. I feel like it could be, a door hanger, or you can use it on your walls. But either way, I was here playing with the placement. Then I figured, you know what? No, I like it better right there on top of the honeycomb. So I glued it right on there. Then I took one of these bees from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to glue it right on top of that. But then I'm like, you know what? It looks cute, but I just wanted more, I'm not done yet. So I'm going to go ahead and take some white paint and completely distress the edges of this piece just to add a little bit more element of white. I just wanted to, give this a little bit more character and, highlight that board as well. And here it's looking so far, but again, I'm not done yet. I'm going to go ahead and bring some more ribbon to this. I didn't like, that one layer like that. So I removed my bee using a little bit of heat, and then I came in with a second bow of buffalo check, put it on top of my original bow, and then placed the bee on top of that. And pow, that was the look I was going for. I loved it. And I love it. I think I might keep this one. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. But wait, we have to create something to hang this with, right? So let's go ahead and use some jute cord. And I just added a bit of hot glue on top of it, and then, you know, made it into a little needle. And then I'm coming in with some beads from the Dollar Tree. I'm using white and black for this. I believe I did one of each, one black, one white, one black, one white. But here I wanted this to be like just one strand going up. So what I did is I drilled my beads in to the jute cord like this, you see, until the size that I wanted. Then I created a knot at the top, making a loop on there as well. I left the loop at the top, knotted it, and then I'm taking that end and feeding it through the other beads. Folks, if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. So now I have a little loop at the top with the beads, and then I cut it at the bottom, and I'm going to tie that onto my jute, onto my wood round, my wood hexagon in this case. And I'm just going to tie it with 3 different knots, and I'm going to add a little dab of hot glue onto the knot to avoid any kind of unraveling. Friends, if you have not done so yet, I will ask you to consider subscribing. It is free and it means the world to me. As I turned the sign over, I was like, oh man, I didn't paint the back of this. I really want this to be finished, so I went over and I painted it with some of my Polka black rich paint. And voila, we are done. Let me know what you think. I love this piece. These colors are amazing. Friends, this video is part of a collaboration, the Creation Inspiration Challenge. And this month we will be doing fruit and bee themed DIYs. This is hosted monthly by Amanda from 6 Kids and a Glue Gun, Sharleen from the Crafty Art Shack, and the guest host this month is Kay from At Home with Kay. The link to their channels and to the playlist will be in the description box below. Alright guys, my second inspiration piece came from this website called Burlap Boutique. And I really like the polka dotted look, and I remember I had my ribbon, so I'm going to go ahead and put my own twist onto this as well. I used one of these wreath forms from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to go ahead and bring my ribbon down, and I'm going to just start, you know, just wrapping the entire wreath form on this ribbon. I just, you know, tack down a little piece, make sure not to burn my fingers. It's easy for me to do that these days. And I'm going to just tightly, and trying to keep the same spacing, I just wrap the ribbon around the entire wreath form. And then tack down the end with a generous amount of hot glue. Then I'm coming in with this piece from the Dollar Tree. I loved it the way it was, but for this project, I wanted the part there, that green part of the shovel, to be on black. So I just came in with a small brush, and I am just going over the green on the areas where I have those raised pieces, the bee and the welcome sign. I just wanted to go ahead and come in with that small paintbrush in those areas, not to ruin those. And then I'm going to go ahead and paint the rest with the same full card rich black paint. And here's how it's looking so far, but I need to go back and touch in that white. I first did it with a little brush trying to stay in the lines, but I was having a hard time. You know, I had some spots in which the paint touched the black, and I had to touch up the black, and then I touched up the white, and then the black touched the white, and it was a back and forth. So eventually I came up with a technique to just go ahead and use a makeup sponge to just dab at the top, and it was a game changer. Look how crisp that is. Now it's time to set it up onto my wreath form. The first thing that I did was remove that jute cord from the shovel, and I'm going to just go ahead and place this in the best angle. I didn't want it to be just straight up, so I just placed it in a small angle, and I just add a little bit of hot glue on both the bottom and the top of the little shovel and attached it to the wreath form. Then I took some of this buffalo check ribbon that I got from Johan Fabrics, yes. It was a Christmas clearance, and I'm just burning off the excess because it does like to unravel and fray. So I'm just burning off the end there, and here I'm trying to figure out how big I want my bow, and then I cut a piece that is big enough to serve as my bow. And voila, there's my bow. And I'm going to just go ahead and touch it right there and attach it onto the bottom of my shovel right there. And then I attach one of these little beads from the Dollar Tree. I'm just removing the little foam piece that it comes with, and I'm going to add hot glue to the bottom of my bead and press it down right into the middle of the bow to cover up that little piece of jute cord. And then I took another bead and placed it right over the hole where the jute cord used to be. See what I did there? The jute cord used to be, and now there's a bead. The shovel still needed a little something, so I took a bead and attached it right there in the corner. Then I made some buffalo check bows, and I'm going to attach them all around the wreath form. And now I'm gonna make it even more beautiful by adding some more beads onto the top of each one of the new bows. Now I'm gonna take another piece of buffalo check ribbon, and I'm going to create a hanger by just gluing it in a little arch right here at the back of the wreath. But first, I need to make sure that it's in the right position. I made sure to use a combination of hot glue and gel super glue. And here it is, all complete. Let me know what you think. I don't know which one is my favorite, guys. I don't know. You guys let me know. Well, I might have saved it to last. The third and final DIY, and my favorite. Here is the inspiration piece. This door hanger is from one of my favorite YouTubers, Rebecca Virginia DIY, and she made this using some stencils, but I'm going to use some amazing fabrics that I just found at Dollar Tree. And of course, I'm going to give it the lolly touch. For my door hanger, I'm going to use one of these wood rounds from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint it using my white Black & Decker paint and primer, and then with apple barrel yellow. And then I'm going to distress it with some daffodil, also from apple barrel. And then I'm going to come in with some of this maize from Waverly. Also doing a heavy distressing. I just want this to have a little bit of each color. It's just, I think you just complement each other, and at the same time it gives this piece a lot of texture. And once the paint dries, I'm gonna come in with some of this burlap fabric that I got from Dollar Tree. It is bead themed, and guys, I am obsessed with it. Here I was trying to put it on, but I didn't realize, oh my god, my beads are sideways. I want my beads to be facing forward, so I cut it, and then I realized it. I'm like, oh man. So now you'll see me here switch my my beads around to the proper, setting, or the proper, placement. So here I'm going to check exactly which way I want to cut it, and I just want this to have a little bit of help overhang, and we are going to try to iron this a little bit as well once I cut the piece that I need, because it's a bit wrinkly and it's hard to work with it this way. So folks, I love burlap, but I hate sometimes how it completely frays and in the most inopportune moments. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and attach this fabric to the wood round. I just added some hot glue to all the outer section of the, well, not all of it, to the section of the wood round where the fabric was at. Just on the perimeter of it, we're going to be creating a little pocket. Once it was all attached, I'm going to go ahead and trim off the excess burlap in a rounded section, and then I'm going to cut slits all on that excess there, and we are going to come in with our hot glue, flip this little puppy to its belly, and we are going to tack down all the burlap fabric, making sure that it molds really nicely to all the contours of the wood round. And here we are so far. Then I took this buffalo check ribbon and I'm going to attach it to the seam of the burlap. But wait, not yet. Let's add some flowers first. So I used one of these picks from the Dollar Tree. I got two there, but I actually ended up using just one. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut off this section. I'm going to really dissect this one, guys. So what I did is I cut the stem completely off of there. And then I'm going to cut the stem at the bottom at where that, like that piece that looks like fern comes through. I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to cut the one stem into two smaller stems, if that makes any sense. And I repeated this process with the entire floral pick, just leaving the ferns behind. And now it's time to attach that ribbon. I'm going to go ahead and just, run a nice bead of hot glue across the edge. And then I'm going to go ahead and tuck it on the back and attach it from the back as well, making sure that it's nicely secured. And look how pretty it is already. But I'm not done yet. I'm going to take some of this burlap ribbon from Carolina Pottery that I got last year on my trip there to North Carolina. And I'm going to go ahead and create a bow. And the bow was cute, but it was missing something. So I took a little piece of burlap ribbon and I'm going to go ahead and glue it to the middle of the burlap bow just to tie this together and give it more of a finished look. Here I enlisted the opinion of the entire family of where to put the bow, if the top or the middle, and majority ruled at the middle, included myself. So we just glued it on there onto the buffalo check ribbon on the burlap, and now here we are creating a little hanger for this. I did not want to just put jute. I wanted this to look nice and finished, so I'm just using a combination of beads in black and yellow, and I ended up using 3 black for every 2 yellow. So 3 blacks, 2 yellows, 3 blacks, 2 yellows, and that's pretty much the same pattern that I followed until my hanger was the exact size that I wanted. And apparently I still didn't glue the bow. So here I'm going ahead and gluing the bow to the section I have mentioned before, just with a little dab of hot glue. And I'm not done yet. I'm going to take some of these. Actually, I'm going to take 2 of these little bumblebees from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to just go ahead and remove the little foam piece from the back, and I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue onto the piece there where the jute cord is showing, and I'm placing the jute cord down to get glued on as well on there. And then I am adding the bee right on top of the jute cord just to hide it and to give this a little bit more character. And I repeated the process with the other side. And then I finished the back with some craft paper. And here it is, guys, all complete. This one is my absolute favorite. Let me know what you guys think of it. My friends, we have made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing, and craft responsibly. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, here are my social media links. And please don't forget to visit my friends on the playlist. I will be pinning it on the comments as well, and it will be in my description box below. And here are some suggestions if you like this.